Be a good egg. Be a good egg. Alright, so I need to take the top out of my hair. Kept it on for way too long. It was freshly, like wet, super wet when I put the towel on it. I kept it on for like 2 hours. Bad mistake, because now I want to separate. But in order to separate, I'm going to need to put some moisture back into my hair. Separate. I'm going to have to put moisture back into my hair. I'm going to start with water. I mean, I could do leave-in conditioner, but I'm going to start with water. So I want to separate everything, like do finger detangling before I comb. So I'm going to try and do, because I did put a lot of conditioner on my hair. Like this thing had been a somewhat newer thing of conditioner. I used a lot of it. Like it went down, it's going down. But you know, you just need conditioner in your life. Here, we have some leave-in hair conditioner. I kind of spray a little bit in as I start my finger tingling process. I'm going to finger detangle first before anything else. Like leaving my hair in that thingy kind of exacerbated this, so I need to put some moisture back into my hair. So after kind of just have to get your hair a little wet again. This helps a little bit. Okay, so I don't comb out my hair in the shower, but as you see, water is your ally to a detangle. Well, when you have wet, wavy, the curly hair, water's your buddy. Water does you slip. And I probably left it in the little thing for way too long. I probably should have just left it up for 1 hour. Last time I didn't show combing out because when you have like wavy hair, it all sticks together. It's not like, oh, boom, 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 2-minute detangle clip. Oh no, it's a process. And I'm not gonna brush in my hair just to do it super fast. Like I know some people, they do that, but somebody on TikTok made a good comment, because I guess I'm on Hair Talk. Like this one hairstylist was saying that I still haven't bought that brush, the whole viral TikTok brush, you know, the unbrush. People were saying that seeing people put it in their hair, it's like a weed whacker. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think I would put any comb or brush in my hair unless I had done some detangling. And I do think oil is good for your hair, but lately, like, I love oil. Don't get me wrong, I love oil. It definitely has a place, and I still will put some oil in my hair. But I'm just finding that after I've washed my hair, it needs slip. And needs some moisture. But there's oil in these leave-in conditioners, and bless modern hair products, because I think they make it easier to take care of your hair. I know maybe in Victorian times, if you only wash your hair once a month, and I mean, I can just imagine the detangling process in those days. But I feel like would I don't know, it'd be interesting. What did people in Lebanon do with their hair? Well, they probably had olive oil. I need some olive oil, man. I feel like. Well, I don't really use, like, I've done so I feel like I know I said I wasn't gonna go in oil right away, but I feel like I need something like a little bit more moisturizing. Water's hydrating, but now I feel like I need something that will help with the moisture, like to just bring it back. And now some people are like, you just wash your hair, how can you be putting oil in it? So the purpose of washing your hair, I feel like, is just to get rid of buildup, primarily on your scalp, in my opinion, and then also as well, you wanna, like, I do put some of the shampoo into the strands of my hair because, I don't know, I do some, leave-in conditioners and things, and I feel like you do need to wash it off once in a while to just kind of get a fresh start and whatnot. It's the detangling process that I always find the most arduous and annoying out of everything, in my opinion. Some people really love the detangling process. It's like their favorite part of a wash day or something. Not for me. It's definitely not. And I'm going to be doing a lot of layering here. Lots of layering. I just put oil in my hair. I put in conditioner in my hair. Thank you. I think my hair has grown really quickly too. I'm amazed in a way, but I think it's just because I regret having cut my hair when I did at that time, and I feel like I could have avoided it. And I was like, I just want my hair back to where it could be. And something really weird about my hair is, I think, just eating really healthy. I got some weird comments in my comment feed the other day, and I was like, ooh, weirdos. Just go to the deletion bin. Why are you writing weird comments to me? I'm not your pal. I'm not your captive audience. I'm not your troll bait. Like, just some weird comments people leave, but they all go to the spam. Little do they know, that's where they end up. They end up in spam land. And I'm like, okay, dudes, you. Like, there was one guy, he was just leaving all sorts of nasty, and he was obviously obsessed with me. And he was just leaving nasty comments to me, like, dressed up as, like, a baseball player, telling me I looked like, just, it was really weird. And I was like, dude, like, you have some sort of problem, like, so I just don't give those people time of day. Like, I know some people are like, views, all views, I'll take any kind of view, but it'd be kind of like, okay, let's say you were having a party, and you invited, like, some real seedy type of people that scream and heckled and things like that, because you'd be like, I don't care who's in my audience, I want all views, every view counts. I don't think the other people in the audience would appreciate that. And that's why I like channels that cull and curate their comments, that don't have, like, weird comment sections. Like, I'm not impressed by your views if your comment section's a mess. Like, I just think you don't, like, you want to talk about moral compass. I think how you are a steward of your comment section, and it says a lot about your moral compass, because I'll tell you this, like, people who want to watch something enjoyable, they don't want to go to people's comment section that have, like, comments like that. Like, most people, unless they're on that side of TikTok or YouTube, I don't know, like, the more trolly side, maybe they like it. But most people, they don't like that sort of thing. So they're going to be like, what is going on? Like, And I just feel like, yeah, so not all comments are good ones. You know, and if that means the troll doesn't watch your channel anymore, like, who cares? Like, they were a troll anyway. Like, they weren't, like, part of, although, I will say this, there are people, I think, that still would troll, like, after you block them, like, and delete them, like, after they left really weird comments, they'd probably still, like, come for some reason. But I think the gratification of leaving a crazy comment would be taken from them, so they wouldn't have as much incentive, you know? I don't know. But anyway, I just don't really care about weird comments, like the weird ones, you know, the real nasty kind of comments that people leave. I just don't get it. I'm like, really, guys? I'm like, that's all you had to do today was get up. You didn't click, like, what's your house look like? It's really a big side. Have you done your recycling? Have you cleaned your backyard? I'm guessing none of it looks good. Do you have a 9 to 5 or 11 to 2? I don't know. Do you work? Like, if you're leaving trolls, just don't have a moral compass. And I'm not impressed. I'm just not, like, so I'm like, you want to leave a comment like that? It's kind of like finger detangling very easily. Wow. Oh my. I mean, I'm still gonna definitely have to comb out parts of it, but I do have to say, I mean, there are definitely tingles here and there, but I'm kind of impressed with, like, how, well, I did brush my hair right before washing it, which I think helps a lot. And last time I did henna, and on top of that, I hadn't brushed it. It had been in the rain for a couple days. But yeah, this isn't bad. Like, for me, this is a pretty good detangle, I have to say. I'm happy. I like to do this thing though, like, where I go through and I just, like, separate my hair, like, where you do that with your fingers, and it just helps you, like, I definitely comb from the bottoms, but I've seen a lot of people with wavy to curly hair, like, this technique, it helps you, like, instead of, like, just running a brush through your hair or breaking off your hair, like, because this side of my hair, this is where the tangles live. They live. This side tingles the most. I don't know if it's because I'm right-handed and I'm focusing somehow maybe the way I'm washing my hair. I don't know. It just, this side loves the tingle time. Okay, I'll have to look and see. I think you're doing some good things with your channel. And that's what I like. I like to just see what people are doing and, like, the creative process of it. And lately I've been kind of getting back into viewing, like, videos as a form of art, okay? Like, it could be more raw art, it could be more elevated art, and I decided to start using, like, because I still do edit on my computer occasionally, but I'll be honest, just been a busy bee in my life, been using my iPhone more, and CapCut, like, I was curious, like, because I kept seeing people use CapCut, so I decided to get rid of iMovie on my phone and start using CapCut. I haven't really gotten that deep into it yet, but the thing I like about CapCut is you can use trending audio for both, like, TikTok and YouTube. Well, mostly TikTok. If it's on YouTube, I'll take a song and I'll put over, like, more of a YouTube friendly song on it. And sometimes I do like to do trending audio because it's kind of fun. I don't know why. Maybe I'm into that part of social media. And you know what I've been having fun doing is just making AI Christmas images on TikTok. I'm like, or you just turn random things. Like, I took the back of a wet brush and I turned it into a Christmas image. And I don't know, I just like little things like that because it's just fun. And it's just, I know AI can be problematic, but I wouldn't claim, like, this is something that I painted or something. It's AI. But also, too, I kind of wanted to see a bit more of what AI could be. And yeah, AI imagery is, it's interesting. Like some of it, I'm like, I'm not super sure about. Like if, as long as the AI is not taking an artist's painting or drawing or photograph and recompiling those, like I can't say for sure like what exactly on the CapCut, TikTok, like what imagery they're using. I'm curious. I have to look more into it. I mean, hopefully it's just artificial intelligence generated and not just taking paintings, but who knows? Don't know for sure. Well, there was one image I wasn't gonna use, but for some reason I do have fun with AI sometimes. I like it. Like not AI writing though, because I did. If you want to see something funny, go to my channel and you can watch. I did an AI writing of Jane Austen in the modern age, and that was kind of weird. That was kind of strange, like that. And then I heard that some press stopped accepting submissions from people because they were using AI, and then somebody was like saying you can tell AI to write like chapters of your book and to make it do this and that, and I'm like, I just wonder though, when does it start to plagiarize other like fiction books? Like it's kind of weird. And then there's another AI, like now you can do Bing AI, but apparently like you have to have credits for that one. And I don't know, their AI is kind of weird. Like sometimes they'll just be on, there's a lot of PCs. They're like, they're basically, they have a Windows based program on them where you might want to use a Google Chrome, but they try to get you to use Edge. And then I just stopped fighting. I'm like, oh, you want me to use Edge, I see. Because it just keeps pushing it. It's like Edge over Chrome. Like, I'm not going to fight you anymore. If that's what you want, whatever. But it's like they're trying to force you to see like a lot of, there's a couple things I like about being Microsoft. I love like they have beautiful screensavers and beautiful like pictures that you can put on your computer from imagery from all over the world. Very amazing. I think people submit some of those. That's cool. But their AI is kind of weird. Like sometimes you'll just be standing near a computer and you just say something and it starts typing this AI like query, and I'm like, it's weird. It's so strange. But you know, I'm trying to embrace technology as much as possible. Like, I mean, I'm still from, you know, I'm a zillennial, as I see it, a zillennial. Anyway, so I'm not completely like millennial, you know, I'm TLN X, Generation X, but I don't really feel like I am. And I said recently, like the tail end ones are like zillennial, I guess that's the term, going into the beginning of millennials. And so we still had kind of an analog life, but I would say digital things were coming very much into play, because like in the 80s when I was a little kid, like you were seeing a lot of digital art, like synthesizers and music, and I love 80s music, and I feel like you kind of have to embrace new technology. You can't just like, it's not that you can't love things from the past, but I don't know, sometimes my dad, like he was just very he doesn't like things from the past. Like he likes old school stuff, and I don't know, like he just loved, like CDs are about as high tech as he gets. Like he wanted me to look something up on the computer for him one time, but he will not use a computer. Like he refuses to be part of the social media world. Like he just loves, I don't know, my dad, he's 73, so he's getting older up there in years, and you know, I guess he's been going to the VA lately, and you know, that's about as much as he gets out, as when he goes to the VA hospital for his doctor appointment, and like they go shopping. He doesn't, I think he just likes his retired life now, and he's never been like a big proponent of technology. I mean, he loves music, but I just never wanted to be exactly like that. And there's a lot of other people that are even my age that they've never been on social media. Like, some people I knew didn't even know what a DM was. They're like, what is a DM? And I'm like, that's a direct message. And I feel like, I guess it just depends on if, like, I think there's people in all age groups that embrace technology, and you kind of have to. I feel like you can still appreciate things from the past and embrace technology. I feel like you have to be a little bit of both, and you need to, like, put limits on everything you do. I just feel like you need some sort of balance, and balance is lacking in a lot of places, you know? Like, some people just, they've never tried to have a balanced life. And I feel like you do have to have balance in your life. Like, you can't just be one thing or the other thing and nothing in between. Like, there has to be some balance in your life no matter what you do or where you live. Unless, like, you just are living a Bedouin existence, or you're some sort of Yakut person that lives in the wilderness and you don't really need to have to. But even, like, Yakut people make YouTube videos about their way of life. So I feel like, and even Amish people are starting to embrace technology more. So I feel like this whole idea that technology is devil incarnate, and some people are like, oh my god, technology is going to ruin our lives and everything is better in the past. Like, I just don't agree, because there were some pretty messed up things in the past, okay, that are not really the best things. Like, there are good things from the past and there's bad things from the past. But I don't think people are all that different. Like, I think you just have to always adapt to what the new technology is. I mean, you don't have to use everything, but I don't know. I feel like when you are open to it, it makes your life easier, and then you're not going to be like somebody that's having a hard time struggling with technology. I just don't think it's good to ever have to struggle with technology. You know, I think you want to know how to use it, especially since more and more our world will be technologically based. And some people are like, but what's going to happen if all the computers go down, or there's a major hacking and blah blah blah? Well, what happened when electricity goes out? There are a lot of what ifs, and yeah, those things, there could be catastrophic things that happen. But on the same token, I feel like you just have to choose what kind of life you're going to live. Are you going to live a positive life or a fear-based life? And I really don't want to be a fear-based person myself. Look, these combs are about the same. Comb against comb, but this one feels so smooth. He has such a smooth texture. Spray some leave-in conditioner into the side of my hair. Really saturate it down. That's the thing. Every time I go to end the comb, I never want to put on my hair glue. I just feel like there's always something that kind of sticks a little bit. I thought I pulled apart my hair pretty well. I thought I'd done a pretty good job of pulling apart my hair, but like I said, this particular section is always the hardest, most tricky section to detangle, and I think it has something to do with it being, maybe I'm concentrating too much when I wash the side, but I can't help it. I'm right-handed, right? I'm combing my hair. What did you think I was doing? I mean, it's pretty obvious. I'm combing my hair, right? Sometimes I just don't always film this part because I'm like, it's so arduous. I'm like, this is really most arduous part. Combing my hair. And I sometimes don't film this part because I'm like, no, 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 no. Like when I did the henna, I had to do it off camera and just because there was like horrible knots in my hair that night, and I had to kind of work it out. It was pretty. No, 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 no. It just feels like it's tiny sometimes. Better. Okay, let's bring another section forward. I forgot to wash my hairbrushes this time, but I guess it's gonna be okay. And the reason I think that is because I've been rinsing them out so good lately that I feel like giving them a pretty good bath. But I will definitely give them a bath next time before I wash my hair. And most people don't even wash their hairbrushes as frequently as I do. I feel like the washing of my hairbrush thing has really upped my hair game in the last few years. That would be interesting. No, it's fine. You can ask. I'm just like, I didn't know what you thought I was doing is like, I think it's confusing to a lot of people because, okay, when you have wavy, the curly hair, I feel like Well, some people do just they yank a brush through their hair, but anytime I feel any kind of tugging, I'm like, nope, nope, nope. Actually, and I'm only 30 minutes in, so that's kind of amazing for me. I feel like it's kind of amazing for someone like me. Okay, I feel like back here in the back, I do feel some catching. But I'm definitely going to, like, I have this lotion, like, that's another thing I do. Like, I take lotion, like, I feel like lotion's just good. So it gets your hands supple. And I feel like that's just another trick that I use, like, for brushing my hair or detangling or anything. Like, I want my hands to feel moisturized because, I don't know, the weather's dry and I need to put moisture back into my hair. And this lotion was like it's kind of like a coconutty lotion, and I think it's kind of lost its, like, binding, but it's not bad or anything. It's still good. Like, I just want my hands to feel soft before I touch my hair, because nobody wants to touch their hair with dry hands. And then more. What's the best thing I use? It's this guy, the wet brush, you know? Not any other brush. Like, I love that one. Like, okay, I still want to try the unbrush. Like, a lot of people, you know, want to try the unbrush, but maybe I should make, I don't know, an Amazon wish list for my channel, but I've never done that. I thought about it because I have, like, an Amazon storefront where you can buy things I've bought that I like. But I was thinking maybe, like, this Christmas I'll put a Amazon wish list for anybody that wants to get different. I might. You know, I'd have to set all this stuff up, and it's getting weird. Am I gonna do that? I just don't know. That's the question. Am I gonna get around to that? I'm not surely. I hope I do get around to it. Sometimes if I see a hair that's, like, kind of curled up before I comb it out, I like to pull the individual strand out just so it doesn't get stuck. I have just all these weird methods, like, things I do. I can't say that these are things that would help anybody else with their hair. No, they're not weird. They're just, like, little things that I've done. And I saw a curly hair YouTuber who was Catherine Sewing that was talking about how she, like, I've always kind of finger detangled my hair, but I really liked that thing she was doing where she was, like, separating things from, where she said you separate, like, your finger detangle from the roots down. That makes sense to me. I feel like you comb and brush from the tips to the roots, but if you finger detangle, you have to. It's harder to explain because I feel like what it does is it keeps your hair from being in one big clumpy clump. And if you have straighter hair, I feel like you're not really suffering from the hair clumpy clump. You know, it's just not something that maybe you've ever had a problem with. Well, maybe some people with straight hair, I don't know. I just feel like straighter hair detangles easier. Well, I don't know, some people say fine straight hair doesn't. But in general, I feel like, yeah, people with straight hair, they've never known the tangle. Like, my dad and me, like, these are just stories from when I used to live at home, like, 20 years ago. And I remember I'd get up and my mom would be like, ooh, like, she'd make fun of my dad's hair. And even if I wore my hair in a braid, there was always a joke like, ooh, your hair got kind of messy on top. And I haven't tried, like, I'm thinking I do want to get a sleeping cap because a lot of people swear by those. And I'm thinking maybe I want to try it. Because, you know, it might be worth it. Because, you know, I was thinking about this too when I was little. I had like these little caps. Well, they weren't silk caps, but they were just like little bonnets, like pioneer style bonnets that my mom thought would be good for our hair. Like if she curled our hair, like, and we would sleep in them sometimes. And I remember my hair being very contained, and they were these just cute little, but they were like silky or satiny, and I feel like a satiny one could be good for my hair. That's what I'm thinking. But I'd have to, like right now I fall asleep with my hair in a braid. It's very simplistic what I've been doing, but I want to try other things. Like I'm always game to try new hair techniques. It might help my hair, not dangerous things like mixing conditioner with henna. No. It's not nothing like that. Just things that are more gentle. Because I'm into gentle hair care, you see. Like I said, this is what I stand by. I think you'd be better off reading some poetry by Rumi and gently detangling your hair as opposed to buying a $50 hair oil. Like really, some tiny little hair oil. And even these Yves Rocher ones can be kind of expensive, but I think like $17, $18. My mom buys these. Like I just buy a big thing of coconut oil or olive oil for me, but I don't know. She loves Yves Rocher, so she always gives me some. And she knows, like, I've used this hair oil since I was like 13, and I feel like, without knowing it, I feel like that's another, like, just hair secret I've always had, and I never used it the way, like, other people did. I just always put it in my hair, like, and left it in my hair. Like, that's how I did it, because on the bottle it said like Tahitian women did that. Like it wasn't exactly the oil that they use, but I'm like, well, if people just put coconut oil in their hair, this is like very liquefied. This one I think has some other, no, this one has other ingredients in it, but it will solidify if you leave it out too long. For some reason I just do want to like gloss a little bit on my hair. I feel like it needs it in every section. Even though I did do the leave-in conditioner, I think it does need some of it. Like I kind of go, I use my intuition when it comes to my hair, see? And then you can put the rest in your hands, but I need a lot of moisturizing products. I need a lot. My hair is like very picky. It wants a lot. Not a little, it wants a lot. So I think this side, before I comb it out, I want to use some water. Like basically I'm layering. Ow, 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 ow. That hurt. I should be more careful with my finger. Golly. That really hurt. It's just getting kind of slippery. Okay, so this side is just very easy to detangle that. I think it's because I put so much conditioner in my hair too. And here's the crazy part. But I mean, I just pulled my hair apart with my fingers. That was one thing that helped. But also, too, another thing that helped is I put a ton of conditioner in my hair, and I don't comb my hair in the shower with conditioner, but I kind of do try to, like, smooth it with my fingers. I think I just use my fingers a lot, and I feel like your fingers really help a lot in the detangling process. I really believe that. Don't speak too soon. I feel like sometimes I hit something, like a little bit of a road bump there. Like, nope. Just put some more water into your hair. Like if you leave the towel on your hair too long, I think sometimes you just have to, okay, you have to hydrate your hair back, and then you need some moisture from the oil of the leave-in conditioners. I this is just what's helping me detangle my hair. I can't tell you what would help you, but I remember, like a few years back, like I was still using Yves Rocher Minoy oil, but I just remember thinking, gosh, my hair is so hard to detangle sometimes. And for a while I was buying, like, I remember my mom always being like, gosh, you like are so tender-headed. And it wasn't that I was tender-headed, it's just that I have wavy hair. And she has straight hair. So I remember one thing she bought that like really had like cut down on the struggle with like when she used to brush out my hair, like after I had washed it, was this detangling spray when I was a kid. And it was like I just remember that. And then I remember like, I don't know, 2010, like I bought some kitty detangling spray and I was using that a lot, which is, and then I started using the Aussie again, like the Aussie detangling spray, which brought me back to that. I don't know. I mean, my hair is fluffy sort of, but I can't really say like exactly what texture my hair is because I don't know, it's just wavy. I have a wavy textured hair, I would say. My hair is definitely wavy textured. See how it likes to curl up into itself? It's not curly, it's wavy. That makes sense? I don't know what you would call it. I'm gonna just say wavy. Wavy. Although when I would wear my hair in a braid and the next day I wore it out, a lot of people called it curly, but my hair is wavy. Like when you see people with actual curly hair, I do not. I mean, I don't have curly hair. I mean, it feels soft enough, I guess. Like it feels soft. I feel like when I'm doing the leave-in conditioner though, along with the oil, it gets a little bit of a cast to it, which I kind of like. It's not, but I'm gonna crunch. I'm not scrunching it. But any kind of product like this will give you a tiny bit of a cast, which I don't entirely hate either. It's kind of like some people might not like that, but I like it because it helps you detangle your hair, but yet have some, I don't know, like, it's hard to explain. Like the ingredients help you detangle your hair, but combinations do create a little bit of a cast, but you can kind of get rid of the cast by letting it back down. Definitely sprayed this wrong. Then sometimes when I'm just standing here, I'm like, I had waxed my neck recently, but I'm like, do I want to pluck out some neck hairs? I'm just thinking about that. I'm just looking to see any of. So random, but I'm just like, oh, I say nothing. I'm thinking about buying a hair, not for my head hair, but for like my arms and my legs. One of those hair plucker things, which before I was like, oh my god, I had one once, but I didn't like it. It was really bad. And I'm never gonna do lasers or things like that. And recently I tried waxing again because I thought, oh, I haven't waxed, which is so weird because I haven't waxed like in over 20 years, but I remember what I really hate about waxing is how sticky it is. And I know some people make their own wax, but just that sticky sensation, I'm like, it's not for me. I just don't like it. So even though I have a lot of hair in my head, also it kind of results in, yeah, I don't like hair on my arms or legs, so I do underarms, I do shave it, and I like that. It's just my preference, because I feel like a lot of people, they have different preferences, and some people are like, but it's more like natural. Like, I feel like I'm a pretty natural person, but one thing I don't want to be is like, I feel like you can be natural and groom yourself. Like, a lot of cultures were very natural and they did like shave. Like, I don't know why people feel like somehow shaving under their arms is like horrible, just because like some cultures did, but some cultures shaved all of, not the hair on their head, but like all of their like other parts. And I just like that better. I feel like it's a little bit more enjoyable for me, like to shave my arms and legs. I like that. I do. I enjoy it. It makes your arms feel smoother too, because when you apply lotion, I just like it. That's my preference. Some people don't, but I've done it for years. And sometimes I just try to, like, if I see hairs on my chin, I'm not always the best about it. For a while I felt like, oh, they're growing in deep. But lately I've been like, if I'm doing something and I see a hair, I'm like, let's stop what I'm doing. And then if I see a hair on my neck, it's like, on my neck. Been trying to pluck them out. Like, I do that. That's just something I do while I'm kind of combing out my hair. I don't know. No rhyme or reason to it. It's just something I do. I feel like there's some tingly wingly right there. I'm going to work that out a bit more. There's still some hair in the back, but it's looking pretty good. It's combing out better than I thought it would, actually. Because this is my first round when I do it with the wide tooth comb. It's like the first go through. And then with this part, I feel like maybe I want to do some more separation with my fingers. Get it wet. What? Hey, I wanted to like tell people something. Did you know that you can, this is a fun part. I mean, I don't care. I put on remixing, like if people want to remix parts of my videos, because hey, it's traffic back to me. And you can do that on TikTok and you can do it on TikTok, you can do it on YouTube, and you can do it on Instagram. Although, like, I'm not going to mix anybody else because my content is just, like, the kind of content I'm doing is just my hair journey or food that I make or art. Like, I'm not talking about what anybody else is doing. Like, I might talk about social issues a little bit here and there, but my content is very driven on my own experience. But if anybody likes my hair videos, you're welcome to, like, oh yeah, these flowers, they're cute. Like, this was a, it's not a real flower, but it looks cute, right? It's a, well, you can see my sparkly film cord. Which I got at Marshall's. And this was from Burlington, but I've also made, oh, and these were from the big Ontario Mills Burlington, these ones that you see in my bathroom. I just love these pops of pink, and I've had other ones, like I still have some pink fake flowers that I bought from Michael's before and Joann's, and maybe I need. And I have a floral arrangement I made on my other channel that I made myself from the Dollar Tree flowers. So I love like pretend flowers. Like I kind of got in a debate with somebody one day. Oh, Miguel, my best buddy Miguel, who hasn't been on here for a few days, who was very incensed that I was using plastic flowers to decorate. He didn't like it. I'm like, well, Miguel, if you want to go grow an entire field of roses for me, come over here, make arrangements for me, and water them on the daily. I'll accept, but I don't think you're gonna do that. So I like pretend flowers. Like I know some people don't like them, but and some people are like it lasts forever. But that might actually be a good thing because if you just buy one and you take good care of it, it could be handed down. Like I don't know. It just depends on how you look at things. Or just buy a few that you like. Like I'm not buying a whole wedding arrangement supply of them, but I don't know. People get very incensed about things, and he was very upset. But you know, bless Miguel's heart. He's a lot of fun. He's a fun guy. He's very funny. But I'm like, okay, Miguel. Like he got very upset. Like he was telling me how, oh, I don't like plastic flowers. Like this is on my other channel. It was just a DIY, and he's like, don't use those. Like he was so upset about it. I'm like, okay. You're very, very upset about that, of all things. Some people are upset about real major issues, and he was upset about plastic flowers. I find humorous. Well, you know what I was thinking men could do, like women do? There's something called and I know it hasn't been culturally acceptable for men to wax off their beard or to like use epilators, but why not? If women do it, why can't men do it? So maybe try it. Like you might want to read up on how to take care of the skin afterwards. But I'm thinking about buying an epilator again because I've noticed that they've gotten better. Like I had one a few years back and it was just so painful, and I think they still could be, but I feel like the technology's come along on them, and I think the one I had was just not very good. Like it was a very painful one. But I feel like I'm ready to try one again. Like previously I just did not want to try epilators. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. Epilators pull out hair, like instead of doing the wax, which gets all sticky, and I hate, like you can even make your own wax. I wonder, like, if women use epilators on their face or legs or in their arms, why can't men use them on their face if they want to, like, because here's the benefit to it. It'd be painful, but the hair doesn't grow back for, like, depending on your hair type. So, like, some people say it could last weeks or days, like, it's supposed to be pretty cool. Like, and then you wouldn't have to shave as much. Like, I don't know. I'll have to, I think I'm going to have to buy an epilator, test it out, and then, like, maybe you guys can think about it. Like, I think men could use them too. And I'm sure they do. Like, I just haven't looked this up. But it could be a thing. Like an alternative to shaving, maybe. Waxing, I'm just like, ugh. I thought I was going to try it again, but I remember always hating the stickiness of wax, and I just don't like certain things. Like, I don't like sticky things. I love freshly cut up garlic, but here's another thing. Did you know, like, I don't know if you've ever minced garlic yourself, garlic gets kind of sticky, like when you chop it. Like, I love to eat it, but I don't know, there's certain textures, like, certain tactile things. Like, recently I'm able to touch velvet and velour more, but I still cannot stand the fuzziness of a peach. And the stickiness of garlic is not that bad. But I don't know. Like I feel like the touching and the stickiness of like when I would chop up garlic, like I love freshly chopped garlic, but sometimes I realize I didn't do it as often as I would like to because I hate that feeling of touching the garlic, which is a silly reason. I think I need to chop up some fresh garlic soon. It's really good for you. I'm gonna try to make some, like, I'm on this Mexican food kick. Oh my gosh, I have to tell you, I didn't film it because it was just very basic. I made tahini fried beans, okay, because I love tahini. I love tahini. And I'm never gonna use lard, but I feel like there is a creaminess factor. I feel like people do use lard because it's a fat and it kind of emulsifies like when you add it to the beans. So if you want to do like a vegan version, you can add oil, but I feel like I don't know, oils, they just never are quite the same, but there's something about the fattiness of tahini that I had some beans that I had left in my fridge the other day and they got kind of dried out a little bit inside the container, but I'm like, let's bring them back to life. So I added water and a little bit of tahini and I heated them up in the microwave of all things, and then I put them in the tortillas and I wrapped them up with veggie, guacamole, onion, and I put some like spicy salsa on them. And I made air fried burritos. It's so good. So really good. I love burritos. Like, and I'm like, and then with salsa I had left because last night I made potatoes, like onions and potatoes, and to spice them up, like I added the fire roasted salsa and some ketchup. And I'm thinking, this is my thought, I have a lot of frozen tomatoes that my mom gave me, frozen tomatoes from her garden. I need to start making fresh salsa again. And I have like some chili peppers that were fresh when she gave them to me, but they've kind of dried out a little bit in a container in my fridge. So, because I just find that technique keeps things fresh. Like I love my fridge. Like it's a stockpile for apples. Like I've been stockpiling all the wonderful things that my mom grows. Like my mom is this amazing gardener, man. I don't know. She just loves the garden. Amazing. Love all the produce. That extreme snow was really good for the soil. Like the trees just benefited from that extreme snow that they had this last winter. And yeah, they were snowed in for a couple weeks. Remember that? I don't know if anybody remembers that. Like we're about San Bernardino Mountains being snowed in and people being stranded. But I think the trees really benefited. They had a bumper crop of apples, and I have so many apples. I really should be eating more apples like every day. Like I kind of stopped for a couple days. I'm like, why am I not on top of my apple game? I'm feeling guilty right now. Like this section did get a little tingly, more tingly than I wanted. Let's put some more water into it. Okay, and then I don't want to spray it the wrong way, so I'm gonna slowly detangle it. I'm supposed to be focusing on this part of my hair. Ah, pop. I have to be very gentle. Oh yeah, I'm fine. It feels weird. I don't like it. Like, I try to be very careful. I felt like it was just kind of pulling. That was it. See all this water that got onto my sweater? It's because I had to put water in, and my hair really likes a lot of hydration, and then the moisture comes from oily type products. I feel like I want to get my hair nice and divided, so I do the last part of the combing process of my hair. I'll just make sure. Let's see. Water, a bit of water. And then kind of finger detangling, and then okay, so why do I hate to blow dry my hair? I did the review of that one blow dryer, but you know, people say that they have different tactile things. I hate the sound of fans. I hate the sound of blow dryers, and I can't stand my hair being blown by wind or a hair blow dryer. And I realized that was, and even that quiet one, it still gave me the heebie-jeebies, and I can't stand. I like my hair to be not blown around, and there's just something about hair blow dryers that really just I don't like. And I think everybody else loves that feeling of like blowing their hair around, but that gives me the heebie-jeebers, and I would rather just do my nice, like, gentle. There's a fan like up there, like even like manual fans, I find them kind of annoying. Like I have a fan, like I know there's a video like ha ha ha, I couldn't get a fan, it broke recently. I don't like fans. I really don't. I'm not. Okay, people always want to know different things about me. I'm not a super fan of air conditioning. I love the Southern California heat. I go on warm-up walks to warm up in buildings that are too overly air conditioned. I love the heat. I can walk in 100+ degree heat. I'm probably one of the 3 people in Southern California that doesn't love the air conditioner. I'll only run it if I must. This summer I was super hardcore. I wanted a low electricity bill, so I did not run my wall unit air conditioner barely at all. And some people hate that. They hate the heat. They would hate my house. But I'm like, you know what? I wanted the low air conditioning bill, and they don't want a low air conditioning bill. And I know, like, some people, they go to cooling centers, but I, like, when I have free time, unless I'm going somewhere fun, like to shop or, I don't know, go to Disneyland or something, I wouldn't want to go to a cooling center because I'd get too cold. Like, I don't know, I love the heat. I just do, I love heat. But I don't like blow dryers. They drive me crazy. I hate blow dryers. I don't want my hair to blow around. I'll put up with them if I have to, but when I reviewed that hair blow dryer, that was the last time I used it. And then I gave it to my sister, and back when they had that snowstorm in February, was it the snowstorm? No, I gave it to her later. It wasn't that. I think they had some rain or something, and I think her boyfriend had a little bit of flooding in his house, and they used to hair blow dryer dry off some stuffed animals in his daughter's room or something. I don't know. And then I think my sister's been using it to style her hair down. But I'm just not a fan of hair blow dryers, and I'm like, no, don't get it. I want to be a fan of things I like and do things my way, and yeah. So if you ever wonder why you never see a hair blow dryer, it's because they don't exist in my hair routine. And oh boy, I'm having mega hair growth. And I know recently there's been a debate. Some people are like, hair blow dryers are better for your hair than drying your hair by air. Are they? Are they? Maybe for some people, but not for me. I've never ever really used one. I only used one a little bit. Like years ago, I had a hot air brush, which I thought, oh, it looked pretty, like the effect of curling my hair with it, but I actually ended up getting rid of it because I thought it was damaging my hair over time. I don't know. But boy, my hair looks really long when it's combed out. Like it still has a waviness to it, but boy, it's really long feeling right now. I like it. So, I might do a little bit more combing. Like now I still need to get it kind of to go flat down the side. But I've combed it out pretty much. Pretty happy with it. do like this wide tooth comb. I feel like, yeah, it's a pretty good comb. Yeah, I like it. I like this comb. It's a pretty darn good comb for sure. Maybe I'll pull it over the shoulder and comb some more this way. Because after I put my hair on in 2 sections, which tends to be the way I do it, I like to make sure I'm kind of smoothing it out a little bit. Like I never pull a hair down the back of my hair. Like I know some people do that, but this is my preferred technique. Like it doesn't go over my face. Like this is how I do it. I just do it over one shoulder like this, and it's very gentle. It does not have to be crazy. I will go through a second round with the wet brushes because I feel like the wet brushes kind of help define it a little bit more. But when my hair is wet, when I still put water in it. I mean, freshly washed. I like to be a little bit more gentle with my I know I always say that, but I don't know. I just don't want to pull my hair. Alright. So I should put things away. There might be planning another hair video that I'm going to film after this, which will be kind of an edited video I haven't done since the henna one. But I don't know. My content these days is a lot of shorts, which I know more people watch videos and shorts or live streams, but to be honest with you, I just have to create what is the easiest for my schedule, and at this time in my life, the easiest content to create for my schedule is like a live stream or a short, and that's just the way it's been. And I know a lot of people think that you shouldn't do it that way, but I don't understand why you can't do it that way. Like there's no rule that says like what kind of content you're supposed to make, and I'm not scheduling my content out just because this is my journey and it's organic, just like I am, right? Okay, that might be cool. Let's hope and have a good night.